Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we will be utilizing Blender to transform a 2D vector image from Inkscape Illustrator into a gorgeous 3D masterpiece, resembling the one you viewed earlier. We will also explore the seamless integration of these two powerful open source software programs and unveil the advantages of utilizing open source software for your creative projects. Before we delve into the conversion process, let's highlight the benefits of opting for open source software like Inkscape and Blender. Firstly, open source software promotes accessibility and inclusivity. Anyone, regardless of their financial status, can access and utilize these tools for free. This fosters a vibrant community of creators from diverse backgrounds, contributing to innovation and collaboration. Secondly, open source software often boasts user-friendly interfaces and extensive documentation. Inkscape, for instance, offers a wide array of intuitive tools for creating vector graphics, making it accessible to both beginners and seasoned professionals. Similarly, Blender provides a comprehensive suite of 3D modeling, animation, and rendering tools. Its robust features empower artists to bring their creative visions to life, whether it's crafting intricate 3D logos or producing stunning visual effects for films and games. Installing Inkscape is quite simple once you've downloaded it from their official website. If you need help, check out my first tutorial. To install Blender, you can follow these general steps. First, go to the Blender official website to download the latest version of Blender. Click Download, then choose your operating system. Blender is available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Make sure you select the correct version for your system. Once you've selected your operating system, click on the Download button to start the download process. Once the download is complete, locate the downloaded installer file and run it. The installation wizard will guide you through the installation process. You may need to agree to the license agreement and choose the installation directory. Now, let's dive into the conversion process. Begin by preparing and exporting your 2D SVG logo from Inkscape and importing it into Blender. After installation, locate the Blender application on your computer and double-click on its icon to open it. Click on General to start a new 3D workspace. I'm going to activate the screencast key so you can see the keys I'm using from the left-hand mouse icon on the screen. Press A on the keyboard to select everything on the workspace, then press the X key or the delete key on your keyboard. Confirm deleting from the menu. In order to import the 2D SVG, go to Edit, then Preferences, then Add-ons, search for SVG and enable it, then close it. Now, go to File, then Import. Choose SVG format and follow the Import wizard to import the file. Click Numpad 7 for top view of the image on the workspace. Click A to select all, then clicks to scale up the vector image. You can adjust your vector by pressing G on your keyboard to grab the object and move it around. You can then move the mouse or use arrow keys to move it along the desired axis. Hold down Shift while clicking on each object to select the vectors. Then, join them by pressing Ctrl+J on your keyboard. With the vector selected, click Object Menu, then Set Origin Submenu, and choose Origin to Geometry. This will move the object's origin to the center of its geometry. Press Alt+G to reset the location of the vector to center position. Then, press the R and X keys while typing 90, and then press Enter to rotate the vector image to front view. Similarly, you can click Object Properties, then type 90 in the X rotation. Now move to front view using the gizmo. Press G to grab, then Z to constrain the movement to the Z-axis. You'll notice that the object now moves only along the Z-axis. Click Ctrl+A, then select Scale to apply the transformation. To increase the object's depth, click Data Properties, then Geometry. Increase the value of extrude to your desired object's depth. To enhance, visibly select Material Preview mode. The object's edges appear to be overly sharp, therefore we have to bevel them to make them smooth and curving. Press Shift+A, then select Mesh and click on Plane to add background plane. Press to scale it. Then press Ctrl+A to apply scale. Press the R and X keys while typing 90, and then press Enter to rotate the vector image 90 degrees on the X-axis. Click Numpad 7 to move to top view. Then press the G and E keys to move the plane behind the logo and click Enter. Press G and Z to adjust it vertically. Click the shading mode in the menu to start adding materials to the object. Press the X icon in the shading editor while the logo is selected to delete the existing material. Click New. To add material, then name it Logo. Click Add and select Glossy BSDF. Select the principled BSDF node and click X to delete. Connect the Glossy BSDF node to the Material Output node. The logo color is now changed to a silvery color, as the default color in the Glossy BSDF is white. Since this is an eco-friendly logo, let's change it to green. Then lowering the roughness value to make it appear shiny. Select the plane and click New to add material. Before we proceed, go to Edit, then Preferences, then Add-ons, search for Node Wrangler and enable it, and then close it. This add-on simplifies the process of creating complex materials and speeds up your workflow by offering shortcuts and additional functionalities. Now select the principled BSDF node and click Ctrl+Shift+T to select the background texture from the PC file. To adjust the texture tiles, go to the mapping node and drag the cursor down on the scale value, then increase the values to preference. Click Add, then select RGB curve. Place it between the base color strings to connect. The RGB curve node is for manipulating the color values of the texture. On the RGB curve node, select the green curve and increase its value to blend with the logo. Name the material Background. Change the workspace display to Render Preview. Click Shift+A and add area light. Click G and Z keys to adjust the light position vertically and scale it. To increase the intensity of the area light, you can adjust its power value. Clicker to rotate the object freely or constrain the rotation to specific axes by pressing X, Y, or Z after pressing R. To create a duplicate of the selected object, click Shift plus D. Click Shift plus A to add empty and align it with the logo. Again, add camera to the scene. Click Ctrl plus Shift plus numpad 0 to set camera to current view. Select the empty, then camera, then click Ctrl P to parent them together. Now, the camera will move, rotate, or scale in accordance with how you move, rotate, or scale the empty. Therefore, we will use these properties to animate camera movement in the scene. Select all the keyframes, then click T and set the interpolation to linear. Making camera movement linear is essential for achieving smooth, controlled, and visually pleasing motion in animation. In Blender, there are several render engines available, each with its own set of features, rendering techniques, and capabilities. For instance, Cycles has realistic rendering, supports advanced features like ray tracing, volumetric rendering, and GPU acceleration. I will not use it due to its computationally intensiveness and slower rendering speed compared to real-time engines. Let's continue using Eevee for the final render due to its fast rendering speed of scenes, straightforward setup, and configuration.